What's up, Midnight Strikers? Welcome back to your weekly Versus. I am your host, as always, Midnight Strike 3625, and today's episode is going to deal with two video games from the same series, The Legend of Zelda, and these two games being Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, released in 1998 and 2000 respectively for the Nintendo 64. Now, when Ocarina of Time came out, it became the most critically acclaimed, highly reviewed game of all time, sustaining a score of 99 out of 100 on Metacritic, the highest score any video game to this day has achieved. And if you look up a top video game list on Metacritic, Majora's Mask isn't far behind. I think it's got like a 93 or a 95, somewhere in there. But that being said, I come to you with the question today in this Versus, which one do you like better? Of course, I'm going to provide a little bit of information on what I like better and my game of choice when it comes to these two games and why. So after the Versus episode, after you're done watching, I want you guys to talk in the comment section below, as this is kind of meant to generate a little bit of discussion. But for me, it is of course Ocarina of Time, but a lot of people also say Majora's Mask. I've actually found numerous people saying that their favorite game is Majora's Mask on various forums, various websites, and several other places where people talk about games. So when it comes to Ocarina of Time, it borrows elements like the story and the template for the story and the plot from Link to the Past, whereas the Dark World is the kind of future. The Dark World from A Link to the Past is the future in Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Now, this is not going to include any spoilers, so in Link to the Past, you have to find, I believe it's like penance or stones or something like that. It's been a really long time since I've played it, so don't hate on me. So 3 of them in order to unlock this door. Same with in Ocarina of Time. You have to find 3 things to unlock the door in the Temple of Time. So once you get in there, you travel into the future, and now you're adult Link. I'm not going to spoil anything, like I said, but then you have to find the sages. So it borrows a lot of different plot elements from the Link to the Past. I actually reviewed Ocarina of Time. I'm not sure if I detailed in my opinions on Majora's Mask in that review or not, but I'm going to tell you guys right now anyways. So when it comes to Majora's Mask, I played this right after I beat Ocarina of Time, and I wasn't really too impressed with it initially. I kind of gave up on it after a while. I mean, I've played it and picked it up since then, but it is a lot shorter. And to me, in the beginning, before I really understood it, or understood what it was trying to get at, and all the themes that it was conveying of depression, sorrow, and sadness, and despair and destruction, I mean, over engulfing the entire field of Termina, I didn't really understand it. So before I understood that, I was a little bit let down by it. But once I actually got into it and started playing it over and over again, I understood. I understood why they did what they did, but I think I like the bright fields of Ocarina of Time and Hyrule and the Triforce and Ganondorf better than Termina, Depression, and Tingle. Tingle was probably one of my least favorite things about Majora's Mask. However, I do enjoy a lot of the themes that they're trying to convey. There's a lot of different theories, there's lots of lore surrounding that game, and it's very interesting, but it is shorter, it has shorter dungeons, and the only reason why they were even able to pack so much into it is because of the annoying 3-day cycle. That's right, the annoying 3-day cycle. You know, it was fun in the beginning, but once you have to go back and lose all of your money, you have to bank it first, but if you forget to do that, you lose all your money, you have to redo dungeons sometimes if you don't do it right, and it's just a lot of extra work that I personally don't really want to put into it, because you're redoing things you've already done if you don't do it in the right way. So they have a lot of stuff packed into that game, so much so that you actually have to use the expansion pack, the expansion bay or whatever the hell it is for the N64. So it utilized the shit out of it. If any game pushed the N64 to its limits, 2 games, Perfect Dark and Majora's Mask, both released in the same year, 2000. And quite honestly, I think that Majora's Mask has the better graphics out of those 2 games. So, of course, graphics aren't everything, but the graphics are definitely superior in Majora's Mask. And there's a lot of different masks that you can wear, of course, that actually change you into different forms and different, like, creatures, like the Deku mask turns you into a Deku, the Zoras, and of course, Fierce Deity Link that makes you Adult Link, basically, but darker. So I mean, there's a lot of different things to experiment with, and it is a very fun game. But when it comes down to it, I like Ocarina of Time a little bit better. It seems bigger. It seems more vast. It seems more familiar to what I'm used to when I think of Legend of Zelda. I mean, saving Princess Zelda from Ganon and acquiring your Triforce of Courage and his, of course, Triforce of Power. But, I mean, I just like the plot better, and Ganondorf, in my opinion, is a better villain than the Skull Kid. Maybe it's because of the familiarity. Maybe it's because you can't say it's because of nostalgia, because I played both of these games for the first time in 2009 and 2010 respectively. So I suppose you can't really say it's nostalgia guiding my opinion, but I do like Ocarina of Time a little bit better. Although Majora's Mask actually does add a lot of improvements to the formula in which made Ocarina of Time a success, such as the descriptions in some of the menu items and just a lot of different game mechanics. Just how the game just feels smoother. So, I mean, it is an improvement in that aspect. But when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, when it comes down to it, I just have to go with Ocarina of Time. I just love the game, one of my favorite games of all time. And Majora's Mask, I mean, while it is up there, it's just not better than Ocarina of Time, in my opinion. So, let me know what you guys think. Most critically acclaimed games, practically of all time, in their own series, in their own right. And Ocarina of Time being, of course, the most highly rated reviewed game in history. So, what do you guys think? Which one is better? I like Ocarina of Time myself, but I want to know what you guys think. This is Midnight Strike 3625. Thank you for watching. Keep calm and rock on.